In this video, we'll set up CloudFront distribution that uses S3 bucket, uses SSL certificate that we created. And before I forget, we have to make sure that we have S3 access policy. We'll need to update the hosted zone to have aliases for our distribution that points root domain and www to distribution. And that's a tricky one. We have to make sure that dependencies are set up correctly because it takes time for the certificate to get valid. So if you do not have dependency between certificate validation and CloudFront, your Terraform script will fail on first time, and then if you run it again, it will be successful. And you don't have to do that. I've seen it a couple of companies when when recommendation is to run the Terraform script twice, and then it works. We can do it. We can do a better job. We can just set up proper dependencies. And often when someone asks you to run the Terraform, apply Terraform twice, it's because the dependency is not set up correctly, and because it takes time between your runs. Usually resources finish deployment, so when you run the Terraform again, it just works. This would be the case here as well. But if we set up DNS dependencies correctly, we don't have to run it twice. And we will test it actually at the end of this exercise. We will we'll destroy everything and recreate it. So this dependency will get exposed. And if I'm not gonna forget, I'm gonna show it to you. Okay. Where we left off. Okay, so now we need CloudFront. Front. If. Doesn't matter. CloudFront. So we need the distribution. Okay. We need a distribution for our CloudFront. So it's going to be something like this: resource, AWS, CloudFront, distribution. Well, let's make sure it's true. Yes, let's enable default root will be index HTML. We need aliases, which will be, that's incorrect, will be var domain, root domain, and www domain. Yes. We need default caching behavior. It's a static site, so we're gonna do get, head, and options. Yes. Cached methods will get and head, right? You want to also help? I don't think we should cache options. Okay. Origin ID will make it domain. To HTTPS. If someone makes a request to HTTP, we'll redirect it. Min TTL 0, default TTL 360, We can make it much longer. Max detail. Yep, a day. There you go. Forward values. We're not gonna forward query string and cookies none because this is a static site. For dynamic set, we should change this. But for this, we'll be okay. Origin. We need origin. Domain name will be AWS S3 bucket. Our bucket name is HTML. So yeah, so it's gonna be domain name, regional domain. Yes, origin ID will be var domain. Domain. Yep. And restrictions. Restrictions. We'll do geo restrictions. We'll do whitelist. Locations, US and Canada. Okay, we did restrictions. Certificate. I think it's 19. There you go. Okay. Okay. We need identity resource. Identity. Identity. And when we access S3 origin config, yes. CloudFront access identity. Okay, so this links our this links our origin with S3, and we need S3 policy. So no data. We'll code this. We need document. AWS IAM document policy. Yep. Okay. Get object statement. Yes. Get object resources. It's our bucket. Yes. Principal is going to be AWS, and this is wrong. Will be our AWS CloudFront distribution. Access the, yep, identity IAM. There you go. This is our identity that we're going to use in our policy. Okay, cool. I think that's it. Let's take a look at this again. We have identity that we use in the policy. Have distribution. Enable. Yep. Two aliases. Root domain and www. We're caching. We could cache it for a year, honestly. We do not forward any query strings nor the cookies. Origin is bucket. Yep, that's the origin ID. And this is This is the target origin ID. Perfect, that matches. We use the identity restrictions. Wait, that's kind of the... This looks fine. Let's apply it. So after we run this, if this succeeds, we should have a distribution. And the only thing that's missing is, well, we should have a distribution, and the way to verify that it's working, we can just go to the distribution URL. Yeah, that's how we're gonna CloudFront. Oh, I have to. Let me just log in again. AWS sandbox. Okay. CloudFront. We should have one distribution here. There we go. So we have this distribution, and this distribution should have a DNS domain. So if we go there, we should see something. And until we see something, it will definitely not work with the domain. So we'll just wait for it to be created. This usually takes a little bit longer. But actually, let's review it. If we'll just go through it and review it. It's deploying. It's using the certificate. Yeah, this looks fine. Security. We have restrictions. The 2 countries, yep, origin. This is our origin, which should be a... let's actually look at it. Which is our bucket. Yep. We should probably switch it to this one because this looks like this is not recommended. Okay, cool. So we'll just wait for it to get deployed. It's deployed. Does it work? Okay, so it's working, but we have an issue with accessing DNS, which makes sense because we created a policy. We did not apply it. And we'll do it like this. Resource, exactly. Yep. We'll wait for it to finish, and we're gonna apply it again. So this policy will get applied. Okay, so we have it created. Let's apply it again because this will apply the policy. And then the CloudFront should have access. I should see index. Okay. Okay, it wants to it wants to download the file, which we'll fix right now. S3, because it should have content type of text HTML. Let's apply it again. There you go. And here we go. We see it. So we see it now through the CloudFront. But if I go to pivotal example, there's nothing here because we need to create DNS records. And we need 2 records, right? We need 2 records. So we need 2 records. Resource, AWS Route 53 record, root record, or that domain, yep. Type, A type, yep. Zone will be we have zone, not record, but zone, primary zone ID. Is it zone ID or ID? Root. I think they are identical. Let's match it. Okay. And now we also have the alias is cloud distribution domain name, hosted. Yep. Sure. Let's apply it. So this will create a DNS record for us. And let's make sure that's created. So when we go to Route 53 and we will look at our hosted domain, we should see, yeah, there you go. It's updated. Let's try. Pivotal example, pivotal example. I think the DNS is getting propagated, so we'll just wait for a little bit. Okay, let's try it in incognito window. Okay, so this one is working. However, www is not working, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, so we'll create a second record, which is identical, except for the fact that the name is really, we'll create a second record. Which is just www. And this was www. I'm going to apply it. And once this record is created, this should start working. We could clean up a little bit. There you go. All right, so just waiting, waiting for this record to be propagated. We can check our domain name. Yeah, we have www alias, which points to the same. And you see, when I go HTTP, CloudFront redirects to HTTPS. And there you go, it's working. Okay, so this pretty much completes this exercise, right? We have static website. We updated everything. Let me just do a couple of commits. So first of all, we have a small mistake here. Let me just commit. And it's gonna be a fix sets content type. And we can commit this. Feature adds CloudFront. Okay, so let's actually destroy everything by apply destroy. And I will try to reproduce a dependency issue. But I'll do it in the next video. So I'm going to destroy the whole setup. In the next video, I'll try to recreate it and demonstrate the dependency condition. All right, bye.